All right, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns hugging it out after this one here at Madison Square Garden. Knicks get the win, 137-114. Ashley Stroline here alongside Jim Peterson for this edition of Wolves Live Postgame. All right, not the result that the Wolves wanted in this one, pretty much all the way around. What's your reaction to this one?
Well, the Knicks have been playing great here at Madison Square Garden, so they're undefeated now. They've won all 5 of their home games. So this is a place they play well, and they shoot the three a lot. I mean, they're a volume three-point shooting team, and they really shot the ball well in the second half.
Well, the rebounds and second chance points, really what helped lift the Knicks to this win? What could the Wolves have done differently to eliminate those 2 trouble points?
Well, I mean, this Knicks team really spread them out, and they were drawing a kick in the defense. So when they got in the painted area, you know, they weren't accounting for all of the rebounding, and Mitchell Robinson was just a monster in this game. He and OG Anunoby did a great job of just being physical with Minnesota, and Mitchell Robinson was a problem, and they really destroyed Minnesota on the glass, that's for sure. I mean, a 31-14 advantage in second chance points just tells a story. So, and a lot of those rebounds ended up with 3-point shots. And when you can miss a shot, go back and rebound the basketball and lay it in, it shows you a little bit how Minnesota got a hustle in this game.
Well, Jalen Brunson finished with 23 points, had a strong third quarter. I mean, the Wolves were leading at the half by 4. Thought they would bring some of that momentum we saw in the second, but Jalen Brunson said, I don't think so, not in my house.
Well, Jalen Brunson had 7 points in the half, and he was kind of kept at bay, but say what it was all physical play that, in the first half that kind of set the table for him coming into the third quarter. So they really boat raced Minnesota in the third quarter. They beat them 40-28 in the third. Jalen Brunson was a huge part of that with 12 points in the quarter. So he's just an excellent scorer. And you see the way that he uses his body, as small as he is, the way he angles off defenders and is able to play off 2 feet, change directions, and hit difficult shots in traffic. So he's a great player for a reason. He's hard to stop. And they just got it all going. They got a really great effort. And, the thing about Mike Brown, too, Ashley, is that he's using more players. The starters are going to be fresher and be able to give you more because he's playing 10 guys. So it's a better rotation here. I think that they've got a deeper team right now, and their bench guys really came in. To see Josh Hart, who came into the game shooting 22% from 3 knocked down, what did Josh Hart end up in the ballgame? I mean, he ended up 4 of 5 from outside the arc. So the Knicks did their part. They hit 19 threes in the game. Minnesota matched them, but it's the way that the Knicks played, though. They just were so physical. They played so great. They spaced Minnesota out, and they were the better team in this game.
Well, Julius Randle, strong performance from him with 32 points. He wanted to come back here, get the win against his former team as well as Dante DiVincenzo. But when you look at the performance from Randle again, just trying to be that anchor for this team.
Another 30-point game for Julius, on excellent shooting. I mean, he was 12 of 21, and he really played better than that. But so 32 for Julius. And again, you just can't say enough of how he's holding things down in a game where you're trying to integrate Anthony Edwards back into the game. And, Ant wasn't super aggressive. He wasn't trying to take over the game or anything in that first half. He ended up 5 of 13. You could see the rust in a game where you're playing against an excellent opponent on their home court.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to think there'd be a little bit of a different outcome maybe if it wasn't Ant's first game back after being out for 4, but nonetheless, give him props for making his way back. Welcome back to Wolves Live. Standing by now, we're going to hear from Wolves head coach Chris Finch following the team's loss here.
Inability to get rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, it was 83 points in the second half, 40 in the third quarter when we needed a big quarter. I think Robinson had more offensive rebounds than anyone on our team had rebounds. Actually, tied Rudy, I guess. So, yeah, we got absolutely beat up on the glass, and I don't know, 31 second chance points. I mean, it's just beat us to every ball.
Do you see just energy effort?
I mean, boxing out would be a good place to start. I see some effort out there. I don't see us, not trying to rebound, but, at times we're smaller and we've got to box out. We got to be more physical. And we got to hit first. And tonight we stood and watched.
What did you think of Anthony?
I mean, it's a rough game back. I mean, it's always going to be a tough game to come back when you're been out. So, I thought he did the best he could, and it's always going to be a tough one. It's a tough team to play, and so.
Other aspects of the defense that you like their forcing misses early on, or
Yeah, I mean, I thought we lost some game plan discipline after they made a couple shots on us. You know, I thought we were a little reckless in our closeouts, which opened up a bunch of, you know, chain reaction baskets for them. So,
what do you think of the offensive flow with Ant coming back in?
I mean, I thought the flow was pretty good for most of the night. It got bogged down a little bit in the third when we needed a bucket. We couldn't get one, but we started good. Dante misses a wide open layup. I think that would have put us up maybe 7 or 8. And then kind of the wheels just came off from there. They hit a couple threes in transition. We didn't finish well or missed some open shots, but, you know, the offense wasn't the issue tonight.
The game plan mistakes, guys were kind of referencing that after like Denver, Indiana games like that where your defense was a little leaky. Is that more mental game plan mistakes? Does fatigue set in and affect that at various times? Or?
Yeah, maybe, maybe it's, just sometimes our offense can bother our defense when we're not scoring. So, I don't know.
You guys had a lot of turnovers this season. It's another higher turnover game. Last year, it seemed like there were periods of time where you were turning it over and then times you weren't. What do you guys need to do to control the ball a little bit better?
Stay out of the crowd. I mean, our turnovers come from the same thing, man, when we play in a crowd, you know. So first half was a clinic on getting off the ball early, and we got a lot of great looks as a result of it. Second half, I thought, we didn't do that quite as well.
I know it's a lopsided game, but do you take something from that first 6 minutes of the game? You guys really
sure.
Sharp.
Yeah, I mean, our first 26 minutes of the game were great, but that's unfortunately not enough. So,
any other questions?
Thanks.
Here's a look at tonight's Menards game summary. The Wolves fall 137-114. Julius Randle with his fourth 30-point game this season. Edwards returns from injury. He had 15 points after being out the last 4 games. Gave it his best shot here at Madison Square Garden against the Knicks, but their former teammate, Karl Anthony Towns, 15 points, 10 rebounds for the double-double there. Brunson leading the way, 23 points, 10 assists. Time now for our Treasure Island upcoming schedule. The Wolves return home to Target Center this Friday to host the Jazz. You can check us out on FanDuel Sports Network starting at 6:30 p.m. for that one. Then the team is back on the road. They'll head over to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And then it's a back-to-back Monday. They're going to see the Jazz once again. The Jazz currently sitting at 3-5. But here at Madison Square Garden, the Wolves' 2-game win streak comes to an end. They're not able to get the win tonight. The final 137-114. The Wolves do return home, get a little rest, get to see their home fans. This is how it went down tonight. The Wolves trying to go 2 for 2 in the Big Apple. Anthony Edwards back from that hamstring injury, but the Knicks just too much tonight. But Dante DiVincenzo, once again, the masked man from behind the arc. I'm Ashley Shoreline for Jim Pete and Michael Grady. Thanks for watching Wolves Live.